in principle, nor in law, but only in the individual use we make of principle. You live in a limitless universe that's wooing you, Emerson said. It's attempting to get your attention. Emerson said the dice of God are always loaded. It's all working out. It's trying to get your attention. Averill, it's trying to get you. God is out to get you. We don't want to use the word God, we'll call it Joe. It's out to get all of us because it wants us to thrive, right? Why would you want anything less? In Dr. Holmes' other writing, Principles of Successful Living, if we find that we are in a state of lack, if we're poor, if we are without friends, if we're sad, if we find ourselves without opportunity in a world of everything, right? If we find ourselves in these states of consciousness, we want to be sure to erase from our consciousness any sense of lack. Come to classes. You don't know it all, or you would have it all. Come to classes. Participate. Be of service to a community. Learn to give. Didn't Sam talk about service opportunities this morning? Yeah. Everybody went up and signed up and said, I can do this, right? We erase thought from consciousness by pouring in an opposite thought. We erase lack, the thoughts of lack from consciousness by pouring in an opposite thought. So if you're thinking you don't have enough and you're not enough, you need to begin to have the conversation shift. Tell yourself, I am supplied and supported. Or come up with an affirmation that is uniquely yours and meaningful to you. I like the simplicity of I'm supplied and supported. It doesn't matter what the words are, as long as you turn that conversation around so you realize the truth. When we erase thought from consciousness by pouring in an opposite thought, the thought meets the other and it neutralizes its effect. It rubs it out just as we rub out chalk off of a board. We must maintain a constant positive, aggressive mental attitude in truth. Lack causes us to vibrate at a very low frequency. People aren't attracted to you if you're always talking about what's wrong. People aren't attracted to you if you're always talking about what you don't have. The stuff you're looking for doesn't come near you if you keep talking about what you don't have. My best teacher used to say, life loves a giver. Now, he had a very thriving congregation, but he wasn't even talking about money. When he said life loves a giver, he just meant, look, we're here to develop a first-class consciousness so we can have a first-class life. We want to be of service. We want to share of our time, talent, and treasure. And he got us all, he was educating a whole group of people. I've never seen such a successful. And an antidote to that is, Holmes wrote, creating good for others increases our abundance. So if you get into service mode, like Shirley, you read to those kids every week and do all you do, that blesses everybody. Blesses you, blesses the kids. I mean, you just create a world of opportunity because you're giving. Life loves a giver. Find ways to give. You won't be lonely. Doors open. If you sit alone in your room just waiting for something to happen, I don't know what happens. Get out there. This is New York City. It's a pretty interesting place. I'm from Florida. I walk out of New York City every day and I'm like, holy gods, there's a lot of stuff going on in this city. It's exciting. So I'm happy to be here because I say, my God, this is an exciting place. So, I'm naturally pretty optimistic, and I'm even more so here because life is amazing. It's amazing anyway, right? So, but, having that consciousness where life is wonderful really will bring you what? It'll bring you all the way. Do you have the consciousness that life is wonderful? By creating your fears and negative beliefs that may have originated in your childhood and still impact many of us, not by creating, but by identifying the fears and all the stuff that goes within, then we're beginning a stage of change. Common fears and negative beliefs are simple ideas like, I'm not okay and I'm not good enough. If you don't know about that, read Louise Hay's book, because it's all about dealing with that, I'm not enough. As Gabby Bernstein, author of Super Attractor, says, the blocks that you have may be lowering your energetic vibrations. The thoughts that you have may be preventing you from achieving what you want to accomplish. Can you understand that the negative thinking is kind of like keeping you back? Playing with your mental blocks is mentioned in the book Super Attractor. Comparing yourself to others and feeling that they are superior is a bad trap. Trying to prove to the world that you are good enough rather than accepting yourself and acknowledging your self-worth, that's another trap. Having what is known as zero-sum mentality means that you believe that there isn't enough to go around. This belief will be mirrored back to you everywhere. So please, believe that you have plenty to use, plenty to spare, and what? Share. Plenty to share. Being an overachiever or not trying at all. These are two ends of the same. If you're an overachiever or you're not trying at all, these are two ends of a continuum. These act to create resistance and disappointment. I wanted to understand that I live and move and have my being in God only, and my objective is keep seeing the good. Okay? That's the practice. By practicing the good and focusing on what we think and feel with the goal of improving our dialogue, we are setting ourselves up for the conditions of positive outcomes. Louise Hay, one of my very most favorite people in the world, who healed herself from cancer and other things, who was a practitioner of our center. She was quite amazing. Wrote the book, You Can Heal Your Life. You know, it sold 65 million copies. It made her more well-known than anyone in the movement. She simply said, self-approval and self-acceptance in the now are the keys to everything. All positive changes. So let us today be committed to let go of resentment. Search your mind for people you need to forgive. There must be somebody. Search your mind for it. Any ancient hurts that are harboring inside of you. Let's have the willingness to forgive, so who can be free? As you do this, you'll be focused and you'll be on track and you'll be able to achieve a life that you want to create. Because we're being recorded. I shouldn't name her anyway. And she said, what is it with you and this propensity, this need of yours to have fun? I said, well, blankety blank, I don't know about you, but I'm over 50, and you know, I'm here to do what? Live and have a good time, you know? So I challenge yourself to have some enjoyment, have some fun, and see the good in what? As my father used to say to my mother many, many mornings, come grow old with me. The best is yet to be. If you have that consciousness, you're going to be a super attractor. We'll close with a quote of Emerson's. I've never heard this word before, but you can read it for yourself. There is no beautifier of complexion or form or behavior like the wish to scatter joy and not pain around us. And so it is.